Live from the other side of the puddle in a refabbed castle to the stars, it's the Mastication Station. With your host, and there's a 5 spot in it for him, Tony J Lemmon. And caught lying again, the Studio Ed, Lee Daly. Our guests tonight, the Studio Ed's bodyguards and local philanthropists, the Fort Wayne Derby Girls. Also here tonight, to the chagrin of library security, no shirt, no shoes, no weapons, fire and light. Our musical guest, all the way from Thailand via the Helsinki Men's Choir, boy band, Pho Finnish. And our sponsor tonight, McTavish's knee pads, helmets, and jousting lances for all of your Renaissance needs. And now, I can't see me loving nobody but you, Tony J Lemmon. Mastication Station, North America's oddest local talk show. With the heppest cats around, it's a show for the 20s. These good eggs know their onions and iron their shoelaces because everything's Jake. So get off your blower and don't get the screaming memes, because we're going to hit on all sixes. If you've got the Mazuma, you can take part in our sock Dolager. Maybe you can advertise with us and peddle your noodle juice almost every Thursday night on Facebook Live.
And Campbell adds another score to ice the game. Daylight savings time is going on right now at your Toyota dealer. He has the best stock of new Toyota Corollas he's had in months, and he's dealing on 2 doors, 4 doors, liftbacks, and sport coupes. He's even dealing on Corolla Tercel, Toyota's front-wheel drive gas station. Yeah. So grab your hat and hurry on down to your Toyota dealer now.
Here comes Campbell.
It'll be on record.
NBC7, ESPN 9.
Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome back to Mastication Station. We're here. You found us. I guess we got to hide somewhere else. So, Lee is here to tell you who the sponsor is, because I forget who that is. I don't even know where we're at. Where are we at?
We made it across the pond. So,
oh yes,
yes. We are the colonialists that have made it back. We're in Cambridge, England, and we've got about 15,000 Brits in the audience. I could be wrong on my numbers. And our sponsor is McTavish's knee pads, helmets, and jousting lances.
Oh, I love that place.
Yeah, it's very inclusive. They do a lot of it for reenactors and Renaissance festivals and fairs, and they also paint donuts.
Oh, well, it's all inclusive too, because you get jousting
lances
half off this week because of the Renaissance Festival.
Renaissance Festival. It's right down the street.
Right down the
big
street.
castle that we're staying at.
Yeah,
we're
and
not
you
actually
get
at the castle. We're more in the dungeon.
3 fake horses to ride in.
So you got a
Pantomime horse.
I got a donkey.
So. Well, we flew these people all the way over here. This is the Fort Wayne Derby Girls. They're here. This is Lahapa, Sasquatch, and Renegade. Would you clap for our guests before they destroy you?
That's the resounding sound of clap. That's the loudest clap we've ever had.
Well, the audience is
12,000.
12,000, and it's mostly female Renaissance
Brits.
Brits.
So a lot of Brits.
Yeah. So I want to talk to you a minute instead of him. Okay. So how do you get into the Fort Wayne Derby Girls?
Come to our training camp.
Okay.
That was easy.
That's the easiest way right now. We have training camp going on every Tuesday night from 8 to 10, 8:15?
8:15 to 10.
8:15 to 10:15. Tuesday nights at our home rink, which is Bell Skating Rink in New Haven, Indiana.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah. That's a good one.
It's been around for a long time, family owned the entire time.
Yeah.
Not exactly sure when it started, but it's a very, very, very old rink. So that's where we call home base.
Okay.
Training camps there. We are happy to take anyone with any skill, skating level skill, and we will teach all those skills that you might need to acquire if you don't already have them.
And so what are the skills? Like you're sitting there, somebody comes in, what are you looking for in a derby girl? Anyone?
We're essentially looking for that you
have the proper stance, that you are safe when taking and receiving a hit. One of the big ones is you have to be able to skate 27 laps on the derby track within 5 minutes. That's a bit more of a mental game, as I've seen, than it is a physical one at this point.
So, you got a lot of bruises or a lot of hits?
Some of us bruise a lot more easily than others, we wear them like badges of honor. And
Sure.
compare, a few days later, make sure they're fully developed and go back to
Before you
practice
show
and
it
be like,
off.
"Hey,
Post the
check this
pictures
one
on our
out."
page.
There you go. So you're going to do a demonstration a little bit. I would hope you demonstrate exactly what are the rules, because I don't know if you're going in circles, you have to knock somebody over for points. I don't even know how it works. So how do you get points when you're playing?
When you are playing the sport, you essentially get points by passing your hips over your opposing player's hits.
Okay.
The jammer, the one with the star, like this helmet,
Start.
Ooh.
they are essentially the point scorers. They want to pass the opposing blockers
Yeah.
by the hips, and
Yeah.
for each blocker you pass, you get a point.
Okay. So you pass a blocker, you get a point.
Yes.
And so obviously I'm assuming the highest points wins the night.
Yes.
You get a free slushie or whatever, right?
Ooh, snow cone.
And a gold
Go to
star
the after
sticker.
party.
The gold star sticker.
Yes.
So who do you play?
Everybody.
I mean, how many teams are in the league?
There are 449 leagues within the Women's Flat Track Derby Association,
Oh,
and
ooh.
that's worldwide. There are roller derby leagues in the U.S., of course, in Canada and Mexico, in the U.K., in New Zealand, in Australia, in Korea, in Saudi Arabia. It's
It'd be tough in sand.
everywhere. Everywhere.
I'm sure that we have one in England here, don't we?
Yeah, we just passed it.
Yeah, we have one
Bunch of
here.
burly-looking guys that wanted us to come in, and we no,
Yeah.
no, not our skill
The
set.
London Roller Derby team is
Fierce.
fantastic.
They're good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
Now, have you ever had an opportunity to play some? What's the farthest you've ever gone to play somebody, or farthest somebody's come to play you?
I once played a
Seattle.
girl from France and in Dallas.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But we've all traveled to Seattle.
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
You've traveled Seattle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh wow.
So in Seattle, the one we were talking about, they had a World Cup, and so there were teams from all over the world.
And champs.
And champions too. Yeah. Probably most memorable part of that was the Australian team took glitter and threw it on everybody.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's great. The
Glitter bomb.
entire arena was covered in gold and green glitter.
So how long did it take to get rid of all that?
Couple weeks.
I'm pretty sure I went home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's the worst injury you've ever either had or seen, or can I ask? Is that,
Broken bones are pretty bad.
Okay.
We actually have had a skater on our league a few years ago who experienced a broken ankle, and whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, the image was captured
Okay.
on camera, and
oh.
this skater's
that
foot
image.
went from where it should normally go this way to all the way around.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Birded.
It was
kinda
it was
dangling
it was
off.
kind
She probably
of
didn't skate anymore
grody,
that day.
but she became bionic. 'Cause-
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That was
Yeah.
bad.
yeah.
Now, when I think you mentioned earlier about body type, are you not looking for a certain kind? I mean, it could be any person who's interested and has any skill level.
So
Absolutely.
Yeah, so body types. That's kind of our biggest thing is you don't have to have a certain body type or a shape or a form to you because we use all of it to our advantage. Sometimes you need smaller girls, sometimes you need bigger girls, sometimes you need the short, sometimes you need the tall. I mean, you need it all, and so we take everybody. We're all inclusive, so we don't discriminate against anybody or anyone, anything.
As long as in our league, as long as you identify as female, you're welcome to
Oh, okay.
participate
Okay.
in roller derby within the WFTDA.
And for us, the nice thing that we do is at our training camp, we try to have coaches there. It's for the most part run by skaters of the Fort Wayne Derby
Okay.
girls. So we try to have people from our league come down to try and teach the sport that all have different body types. Some of them are tall, some of them are real
Okay.
short. We try to do that. We do that on purpose so everyone feels included and everybody gets someone that they can almost match up to figure out how they like to skate.
Training camp is also co-ed because training camp also helps people. So if men come in and skate with us, they're more than likely trying to be a ref.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
Because they got to keep up with you. I'm
yeah,
sure.
so
Yeah.
in order to have our games, we have to have refs, and we need a significant amount of them. And they're
Seven skating officials per game, which is
Yeah.
can be hard to staff.
Wow.
sometimes.
Seven?
yeah.
You have seven
Yeah.
out there?
yeah,
Wow.
games can be hard to staff, especially since it's all volunteer based. So nobody gets really paid to do any of this. It's all volunteer. It all comes from whatever we put into it.
Just like when roller derby experienced its revival in the 90s, everything was DIY. All the leagues were self-run, self-managed. All the skaters were also doing jobs to make their league successful. And the same thing goes with those who support the game by means of volunteering as officials, whether it's an on-skate official or off-skates officials, and those are the stats people.
Yeah.
And everybody else around that helps any league survive, whether it's sponsors or
Promotions.
all of our significant others who just,
Yeah, they all have to
Along for the
volunteer.
ride.
If you want to date me, you have to volunteer. That's just it.
What's the first thing to do if a fire breaks out in your house? Get out immediately. Get yourself and your family out of the house and don't go back. Then call the fire department from your neighbor's house. Thank you, neighbor. Be sure and give your name and complete address. The fire department will be over there in a matter of minutes. You'll be safe over here. Hello, fire department?
So a ref is there to what's a penalty? I mean, how would you get a penalty? Knock somebody over?
Well, in any sport, the ref's job is to keep the game safe, right, and to penalize someone when they commit a foul against.
So what would be an example of a foul?
Well, there are legal target zones, and then
Okay.
there are illegal target zones. If I were to hit Renegade with anything below my elbow pad or below my knee pad,
Oh, okay.
illegal. I can't hit her and I can't hit her head. I can't hit her with my head. And in between, like your shoulder blades all the way down through your butt, your whole spine, I can't hit that either.
So only a few quadrants.
So yeah, essentially my
gotcha.
whole front, and like down to my elbow pads and down to my knee pads.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like if I was wearing one of those full body swimsuits that like, what I'm
With the
talking
back
about?
open.
Oh, okay.
The baseball strike zone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically. I think we kind of go to watch you all going around in like a sumo suit.
We have had a girl dress up in a dinosaur suit before.
Well, see, no, that's what I was thinking.
Or those big bubbles.
I
The big-
think
Yeah, the
we
big
have.
rubber
Yeah, big
balls,
bumper
yeah.
bubble thing.
Yes.
Those
Seven
are
of those
probably
on the
fun,
track.
but be really weird on skates.
Hard to.
Hard
So
skates.
I would be remiss to not bring up the fact that you are involved in charities too.
Absolutely.
So are there, can I ask you who you donate to or what you raise money for? Can I ask you that, or is that illegal? Okay.
Our primary focus
did, so.
as a women's organization ourselves, our primary focus is to contribute to other charities that benefit women and children.
Okay.
And as far as we'd like to keep it as local as we can.
Sure, sure.
And give back to our community. And over the almost 15 years since our inception, I couldn't even tell you.
You can tell me I'm a doctor.
You can tell me.
Between, I don't know, it's probably about $150,000 that we've donated
Wow,
to
that's awesome.
various charities.
Like Aaron's
around the
house?
city. Aaron's house has
How many
definitely been
pounds
one
is
of
that? How many
them.
pounds is that?
How many pounds is Aaron's house?
Oh, no.
cars.
Pounds
It's like-
converted to
like dollars. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
well, it's
dollars converted to pounds.
$2.5
Or
a
euros.
pound.
Back 75 or something.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep going on with your interview.
Well, that's awesome that you do all that for the community. Are you? Oh, and when does your season start?
In February.
February. So you're going to be recruiting from whenever people see this up until then, or is there a cutoff for that?
No,
people?
you can start training camp at any point you want to. All you got to do is show up on a Tuesday. Your first practice is free.
To Bell's skating.
To Bell's skating rink,
Okay.
8:15 to 10:15. Your first practice is free, and we just show you the sport. That you can show up anytime between now through the end of our season in May.
Now, can I just come, like, grab a hot dog and just kind of watch, or do I have to be like actually?
I wish I could grab a hot dog.
You can do that at the
Spectators.
games.
Oh, at the games.
Yeah,
Okay.
not a practice and not a training camp, sorry.
All right, so we're gonna play a little game. Is it okay if we play a little game? This is
course.
not contact, okay? So
Oh,
this is
I don't know
called-
if I'll like
This
it.
is
I don't know
called
about
Tenzi, and so Tenzi, we're all gonna get. I'm just gonna do that. Okay, you get 10, you get 10, and you get 10.
Oh, I
get
have Bratz
10.
colors.
Okay,
Man.
you get Bratz colors. That's what I tried to
Tony,
do.
take the
You
helmet
meant
off.
to do? Okay.
Tony,
So-
take the helmet off. Take
Take the helmet off. Okay, sorry. It's not even wearing it.
We want you wear it.
I can put it on. Put it back on. It's kind of gross. You don't want to
I
wear
want you
it.
to smell like me.
think
Okay.
the other way
So
around.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna when Lee says go, we're all gonna roll, and like if you're trying to get one number, you go like that. If I'm going for ones, I'll take the ones out. I'll keep rolling. That wasn't one. I don't need one, so I gotta do it again.
You're a cheater. That wasn't a 1. That was a 4.
Okay, I moved it. Okay. Okay, like that. Okay, does that make sense?
Sure. Okay.
Okay, sure. She says sure. Okay, so
Okay.
you say go, and you tell us what number too.
Do I say go first and then tell you the number, or tell the number and then?
So
say
how do
it?
I win?
You have
first
all the
person.
same number.
The
No.
first
The first
one
one?
to get the.
Or whatever
Whoever
I
gets it
say. It's not to be the same number.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, so this first one is 2 runs to 5.
Two runs
1,
to
2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, 1 through 5. Oh,
2 runs to 5. And the derby goes away, and 22, and then we're around, and we're coming down the track, and 16, and lights are dimming, and we're getting
okay, I got
darker.
1 run.
Everyone's
And
panicking.
runs. Okay, I got it.
You got to run.
You gotta put them in a run, Tony, not a block.
What?
Put them in a run, Tony, not a block.
Okay, fine. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And green's falling behind, and white is pulling ahead, and can't hear the color. Orange is struggling, and Tony's
5.
leading.
2 runs.
Oh!
Bang!
I'm a winner.
Oh no! I can't get a 3.
I got it. I can't remember.
Nope, me.
She got it.
Still struggling.
Camera's
Okay.
Okay.
All right, well, if you want to play for the Derby Girls, come out to Bell's on Tuesdays, and we're going to see them on the rink. On the rink in February. Thanks for coming. Everybody's cheering for you right now. So
It's
all
insane.
right, we'll be right back, everybody. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Mastication Station, North America's oddest local talk show. Every Thursday night at 9 on Facebook Live. Guests, games, fun, and no gluten. So pull up a chair, grab a snifter of hot dog water, and join the fun every Thursday night at 9 on Facebook Live.
Points are scored when the jammer, who wears the star turn on their helmet, passes the hips of the opposing players.
Roller derby is played with 2 teams, of course, and each team fields a group of 5 skaters, 5 and 5. 4 from each team is the blockers. They want to hold back the opposing jammer, the 5th person from each team, and while helping their jammer through. It's the only game where you play offense and defense at the same time.
So not only can we block in a wall, we can block tandem partners or in trios.
You coming back on me right now?
Versatility is what made Bob Seagren the first Superstars champion. Versatility makes the full line of 3M copiers superstars. Versatility to both of these superstars means having the speed to set them ahead of their competition. Like the fastest first copy of any plain paper copier, or cycling the mile in under 3 minutes. It means the confidence to handle new challenges like sending a copy by phone in 4 minutes, or playing tennis on a highly competitive level. It means the ability to reduce oversized originals to letter-sized copies, or reduce time and motion to conquer the challenge of swimming. It means the ability to dial a copy length from 5 to 14 inches, or the stamina to win the 100 or the half mile. That's what versatility means to the superstars.
Don't you guys ever quit?
Now 3M challenges you to compare. Before you buy or lease any copier, call us.
Ready, Michael!
And now it's time for a mastication station infiltration selection. A.
Whoa, watch the wind, Tony.
Oh boy. Okay.
B. C.
Oh my. Whoa, that was better.
Okay.
And D.
Oh.
Please comment below with your selection. we're back. We're back at the castle. We're storming it, so we're back from the commercial. Lee's going to tell you who we are, where we're at, and how many sponsoring us.
Who we are? Well, we're Mastication Station. Tony's lost his mind. It was a long flight across the pond,
yes.
And we'd like to thank the 12,000 Brits that are here, holding up their signs. We don't understand Independence Day. I guess we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're here at Cambridge, England, and we're really glad to be here. We appreciate the accommodations in the castle, right? Normally we're Motel 1.
Yeah.
We're in a castle.
One room and everything.
One room with a whole cast and crew. And our sponsor is local. Yeah. It's McTavish's knee pads, helmets, and Jousting lances. Anything you need for recreations,
yes.
Reenactments, and recreation.
And the jousts are half off if you go to the Renaissance Festival this weekend. Right?
Down the street.
Down the street. Okay.
Can't miss it.
It's at 27 Wimpole Street.
Dressed up like elves and dwarves.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, over here. Yeah. There you go. Hey, what we have with us, or who we have with us, is a group called Fire and Light, and we flew them all over here because they are the house band tonight. And we're going to have some introductions as to who they are right now.
I'm Isaac Harbour, and I am playing Gandalf in The Hobbit.
Okay.
I'm Bennett Henderson, I'm playing Thorin Oakenshield in The Hobbit.
Ooh.
I am Marshall Frank, and I am playing Bilbo Baggins in The Hobbit.
I'm Jake Hansen, I'm stage managing for the show.
Okay.
My name is Evan Fritz, I'm assistant director for The Hobbit.
My name is Mary Beth Frank, and I'm lead director for The Hobbit.
I'm Connor Beer, and I'm the fight choreographer and stunt coordinator for the show.
Okay, so how long has this production been practicing this whole thing that we've already seen?
We cast the show in August, and we started rehearsals at the end of August, and we rehearse on Tuesday afternoons from 3 to 6, and then Fridays from 12:30 to 4:30. And so we have been rehearsing since.
Wow. What's gone into choreographing all of this fight scenes? That's a general question, I realize.
A lot of time. A lot of time.
Now, did you come up with it first and then you put it in, or how did you do that?
So generally, I'll sequence the phrases all by myself in my own head, or practice it on my brother or something like that, and pay for his hospital bill. And then we'll just get into the rehearsal and start phrase by phrase and just work it up through repetition, and then sooner or later, everyone knows what they're doing, and you just put it all together and see what works, see what doesn't.
Yeah. So how did you start? Like, you had a lot. Did you cut it down a lot, or is it kind of where it started?
You cut it down a little bit. I generally prefer to have more than I need, because it's easier to take stuff out rather than put more in. Yeah, for sure.
So over here, how much time have you put into this fight scene stuff? How hard has it been? What's been the biggest struggle for you?
You need to ask one question at a time.
I guess it's just been a lot of working every Friday, repetition, doing the same thing over and over until you get it down.
I'd definitely say the same thing as he did. Just taking a lot of time and repetition to master it, I guess.
Yeah.
I would say the hardest thing would be that you not only have to know what everybody else is doing, but you also have to know what you're doing. That way you guys don't collide with each other.
Oh, okay, that makes sense, yeah. And how many have died in these scenes?
About 4 to 5.
Okay.
We're still waiting on the results for the hospital.
So when's this play going to be going? When are we going to do this?
Show is November 22nd and 23rd at Canterbury High School.
Okay.
Shows on Friday at 7 and Saturday at 2 and 7.
Now, is there a website people go to get tickets? How do we do that?
You can go to the website at fireandlightproductions.com, and you can order tickets there. If you have a group of 10 or more, you do get a discount. So tickets are $10 online and then $12 at the door.
So what did we do before The Hobbit? Has there been other plays, or have there been other plays that you've done?
Well, the last show was Annie this summer, and then, let me see, working backwards, what was before that? 42nd Street.
Okay, oh yeah.
And The Mouse That Roared, and yeah, we've been going for about 7 years now, 3 to 6 shows a year.
We produce about 7 shows a year.
Okay.
We produce three shows a semester, and we usually do a high school musical, a high school straight show, and then a elementary musical. And then we do 3 shows in the fall semester, and then 3 shows in the spring semester, and then we have a huge summer camp that has about 60 to 70 kids in it. And then that's our biggest show of the year, and we start that in May and perform at the end of June.
So what's the next one? After the Hobbit? Do you know that yet? Or can
After
you
the
say?
Hobbit is the best Christmas pageant ever musical.
Okay.
Will be our elementary group, and then the Music Man will be our high school musical in January.
Okay. And how many people did you have in here tonight? I was amazed.
There's like 5 armies.
We had, yeah. We had to like move some walls and stuff. How many people did you have here tonight?
We have a cast of about 27.
Wow. And they were all like, what age group are we looking at tonight?
This is our high school straight show, so this is 14 to 18.
So it's kind of like herding cats underwater, really. And I was amazed at how well you all did. Everybody did exactly, you know, killed whoever they had to kill and all that stuff.
We bribe them with candy.
Oh.
Would you do it for a Scooby snack?
Well, that makes sense. Lee's got a question.
How do young people that are in the Fort Wayne area, when we go back, and if we were to promote your production company, how would young people get into a production?
Well, our summer camp is open to the community, and the auditions are usually, the registration is posted about February time frame, and then you can register to be a part of that. And everybody who registers to be a part of the camp gets a part. So
that's good.
if you register, you're in the cast regardless.
So everybody gets a trophy.
Right. Now we do audition. Yes, everybody gets a trophy. Everybody wins. So we do audition for the the main roles and stuff. Because it usually takes children, especially young children, a couple of shows to kind of get loose and get their, stage fright over their stage fright.
Sure.
So our academy season is mostly homeschool kids. We have about 100 students in the academy, and because we rehearse during the day, and this is actually for most kids, it's considered one of their extracurriculars,
nice.
like one of their specials, for example. So,
Sure. Yeah. So one more time, how can people get tickets to this production?
you can go on the website at www.fireandlightproductions.com, and our show is on Friday evening at 7 and Saturday at 2 and Saturday evening at 7 o'clock. And if you do have students or young children, I think if they can sit in your lap, they are free.
Okay.
And then if you have a group of 10 or more, you can get a discount.
Okay. And if we have third breakfast or fourth breakfast,
second brunch,
that might be helpful.
Second brunch.
Second brunch, so. All right, well, thank you very much for being here. The crowd's already clapping, so we're going to wave at them. We'll see you later, and we hope you come to the play. See you, everybody.
Meet George, the hard worker. His tale's a tearjerker. His hurry-worry life just dismays his poor wife. All the hustle and bustle, the workaday tussle. He's a miserable sight when he comes home each night. His nerves all a-jangle, all ready to wrangle. His stomach upset. But she's ready, you bet.
It's time for Pepto-Bismol, time for hospital-tested Pepto-Bismol.
For upset stomach, Pepto-Bismol is America's leading remedy. Here's why. No soda, no alkalizer works like Pepto-Bismol. You see, when upset stomach strikes, tender walls of both the stomach and the lower digestive tract become irritated, and you have that well-known stomach ache. But Pepto-Bismol's special medicinal formula soothes irritated walls of both the stomach and the lower digestive tract with a gentle coating action. So when upset stomach strikes,
Take soothing Pepto-Bismol and feel